What is up, Gary? Good to see you, young man. I was just flipping through the subscriptions here, making sure nobody else was live. But are you doing well? Just walked in the door. Hello. Yeah. I don't know what's going. Yeah, I got a box from Captain Spaulding, so we're gonna open that. And it's a little early in the day for living and all that kind of stuff, but I have some things I got to do later. But before we open that box, check this out, Gary. So I got this Scorpio Rising, and it's not really a comic, because it's kind of too thick, and I guess it's like a paperback. It's more of like a paperback book. So, but yeah, dig that. So I don't know if you've seen I think you have, but you've seen my Wolverine Nick Fury displays. I did the Ice War one, and then I did the Scorpio Connection. This is my next one. I got the boards outside. I just painted, so they're drying. So I'll be putting this comic on a painted. It'll be a black board with a red shelf, and I have a Nick Fury here. We have a Nick Fury. And we have this Wolverine. And I know that this Wolverine has blue tiger stripes and this one has black, but I think it'll be all right. Cuz this is the best face. Now the only issue I have right now is you see I'm missing a claw here. And I'm not missing the claw. I have it right here. But it keeps falling out. Now I bought that new in the box, but it's just like the hole is too big. That's what she said. The hole is too big, so I am gonna daintily glue that prick in. I got some glue. I have a Q-tip. Most importantly, I have some Copenhagen. So I thought we would. Rolando, what's going on? G-Force, what's happening? What's happening? I don't know if y'all. So I'm doing the displays, mimicking these. So this is my newest one, right? I don't know if y'all saw this. I don't know when you jumped in here, but so I got the Fury done. Knew a gal like that once, yeah. Didn't we all? Didn't we all? So good premiere earlier, G-Force. I still need to. I had some stuff to do in the yard, but I will go back and watch the beginning of which I missed. Your Ollies and your Rosses are fucking. I gotta go about 25 miles to a Ross, and then I got about 35 miles to an Ollie's, and they're fucking pitiful compared to the ones I see in your video. So that's awesome. And the Ollies, which is further, is better. So anyway, I got the boards in the yard painting. I got a black board that this will be mounted on, and I have a red shelf that will come off the board like that, and I'll have that displayed. I'm sure y'all might have seen, if you're following the channel, you've seen some shorts, and I don't think I did a reel on Instagram yet. But so I've got 2 already. I'm doing 3. This will be the next one, right? So I got my Fury, and then I got this Wolverine, and I'm gonna get. Gilster said he has one if he can find it, but I need one of those the little grabber things. So what that people use on their Rogues and their Jean Greys to make them look like they're floating. I'm gonna need one for this Wolverine because I'm gonna display them just like this, right? So, and I think these guys, they're both crashing through a window. But I'll have the Fury on the board, and then I'll have Wolverine above him, suspended. Hopefully on one of those. You know what it's called? I had the same problem telling Gilster this. Yeah, G-Force has all the stores with the toys. Yeah, fucking A he does. Fucking A he does. Fuck a B, it has more holes. Ba-dum-bum! Anyway. Very cool. So, real quick, because I've been meaning to do this. And, But we do have a box right there from Captain Spaulding that we're going to open. Let's dip a little bit of glue onto this. I hope this works out right. I'm not sure. Okay, and then we're going to just apply a bit of the super glue. I don't want to try to put this glue in the hole, as I don't want to have to, I don't want to, it's just too, seems like it'd be too difficult. But the hole is too large for this claw. So, but I don't want to, okay, and then I'm going to put this motherfucker away because I don't want glue everywhere. That looks pretty good. I'm going to take my, I can't remember what they call it, but I see up close very well. I can't see far away, so I'm going to take my specs off. And I think I'm going to dab a little bit of that off. I don't want it to spill out. If you're entering the chat at this moment, just say hello to everybody, because I can't see. But let's try to get this. Oh, no! Let's try to get this claw in there. And, I have had a lot of coffee this morning and a lot of Copenhagen, so I'm shaking like a dog shitting a peach seed, goddammit. So, okay, I think that... Now, I haven't had any trouble with the other... I haven't had any trouble with the other claws, so hopefully that will suffice. Fixing just that one. It looks straight. It looks like it's already set up a little bit. So that's good. This other one, though, is wobbling. Son of a... Sunny Beach. My parents came down last week, and we rented a condo. And I had my cubs for a whole week, which doesn't happen very often. So y'all didn't see me last week for those reasons, but we had a nice time. I talked to Gary a couple times, and your friendship's always appreciated. Everybody here. Oh, we got 8 people here. Lobot, Mr. Fee. Let me go back in the chat and make sure, because I was busy doing something. What's going on, Mike Fee? Lobot, good to see you, my friend. We are just Gary, G-Man, Rolando, Mike. Yes, if y'all are not subscribed to Big Mike Fee, I'm sure somebody can drop the link in the chat. He comes to us from Weird Fantastic Toy Adventure Bill. I'm not going to say community because we're all a community, but like that side of the street, I guess we'll say. So anyway, we are doing another display of Wolverine and Nick Fury. Martin, what's going on? I need to get a hold of you so we can do that thing that we were talking about. I think I might have a lull in my schedule. So we're going to do another. I have a box from Captain Spaulding, and we will be opening that. I just wanted to have get this little project done, and why not share it with you guys? Good to see you, Martin. So I got the boards in the yard that I'm painting. If y'all have seen my other displays, so we got this going on, and we will display with this Nick Fury, pow, 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 and with this Wolverine, which I think will work out pretty good. So we'll have this on a board above a shelf. I don't think a comic book frame is going to fit this because it's quite a bit thicker than a. That's like a bound. It's like a bound graphic novel. You know what I mean? Has a real spine and stuff. See the thickness on that? But we'll have that on display. And hold on, I'm getting backwards in the camera. We'll have that on display, and then we'll have Wolverine and Fury on the thing like that, which will make for a total of 3 Nick Fury Wolverine displays that I got going on, which some of you may have seen. Again, I did the Scorpio Connection. I did the Ice War and now I'm doing the Scorpion Rising. This there's not a shit ton. There is a shit ton of comics with Fury and Wolverine, but there's not a shit ton where they both are on the cover, or at least not both on the cover and just them. You know, sometimes they have like the menagerie. You know, I don't know what they call that, but you know, where there's like a bunch of people in different. They're just like collaged up there. You know, so. Yes, thank you, Martin. Yeah, I hope that does. I will definitely show all, because each of the, and put that table down because I don't need it now. Each of the displays in of themselves, which again I think some people have seen. There's either a short or a reel of the two. I know I probably sent pictures to Lobot and maybe Roe and Gilster and maybe Gary too. But so this will be the third one. So there'll be 3 panels. And but yeah, man. I mean, hey, Deadpool and Wolverine was cool and all that, but this is the fucking movie we want, and we want an OG Nick Fury. We want the real one. You know, the fucking real one. And like, there's been debate. You know, they had that 3-pack that came out, which had Nick Fury Jr. in it, which Samuel L. Jackson is not really supposed to be Nick Fury Jr. He's supposed to be Nick Fury, but it's like a different Earth. And like, I don't remember that. Maybe I wasn't as nerdy as I should have been when I was a kid, but like, I don't remember comic books and characters saying, "Oh, this is this is Wolverine Earth 45. This is Wolverine Earth 47. This is I don't remember that. I remember there just being everybody hung out together in the fucking universe that people maybe would travel to different universes, but it's not like Bizarro World. I don't remember that. Captain Spaulding! Ow! Good to see you, man. We were just doing some work on this figure. I had to glue one of these claws in there. So I was just waiting for some people to show up before I open this box. So this box comes from Captain Spaulding. I'm very excited. This is like a birthday gift. Which, man, you didn't have to do that. But I do appreciate it, and I'm very excited about it. This motherfucker's real heavy, too, man. It's like let's see, 6 pounds, 10.4 ounces. So dig that, son of a gun. Gilly! Good to see you, Gilster. So yeah, this unboxing is brought to you by Captain Spaulding. So, and thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for being here. So let's open this pig up and see what goes on here, natives. I forgot to grab a knife, but that's all right. So I have these really cool pair of thread scissors that look like a crane, which I also trim my mustache with. So, but right now we're going to use them as a knife. If we can get this blade in there. There we go. So yeah, we'll go through this, and appreciate you, Captain Spaulding. That's cool of you, man. Yeah, and let's take a second. We'll take 1 second before we open this, and at the end before we go off air, but we'll all extend our prayers to our good friend Rolando. Ro, I know you're in the chat. We love you. Keep your fucking dick up. And Steve, how you doing? And we will be continuing to pray for you and your health issues, and hopefully a full recovery. That's one of the wonderful things about this community, right? Is that we are truly, there's a lot of channels out there, man, and that you can go to, and they're not like a community. You know what I mean? Like, they're not a community. You don't see people who know each other. They don't say, people in the chat like here don't say, hey, how are you, G-Force? Hey, how are you, Rolando? How are you, Gilster? You can go to, and look, there's some places out there that have fucking, man, where was I earlier? I was somewhere earlier, and there was like 606 people, and like you could tell, none of them knew each other. Nobody was, and you know, they were all just talking about nothing, you know. So, and you know, hey, me and John Joker, we've been talking a little bit back and forth, but we're thinking about we should do like a weekly prayer stream. So like if anybody has, and this is not like a religious denomination thing, you know, we will shake beads and rattle feathers, and we can you know, cut chickens' heads off and swing them around. Whatever kind of prayer it is that you need, but like get a hold of us. And we want to start like a prayer list or something, you know, or like a good vibes list, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? But definitely Rolando, as far as I know, is at the top of that list. And we love you, Ro. So hang in there, kitty. And the other person that I want to mention, you know, there is no new news. Um, but of course, our friend Mark at Blue Harvest Toys, his last stream was a month ago. I know everybody's been messaging him. I've been messaging him on Instagram, literally, and I mean that literally. I have been messaging him every day since September 29th, and he hasn't even opened the things to see. You know, we all know on Instagram it'll say seen, you know, because we've all wrote somebody and been like, oh, that cocksucker, I know he saw it, but he didn't answer my question, that son of a bitch. Like we've all said. So, but like he hasn't even opened it, and I've got everybody. Mr. B, good to see you, my friend. I know everybody else in the community is doing that also, and I know that there's people doing that on Facebook and you know, regular old email, and people that are on the WhatsApp, and there has been no news from anybody. For those of you who have not caught the like the Cosmic Toy Man live stream, him and Andy. Andy did talk to I talked to his local police on live chat, which is, I mean, I called the station and the phone rang differently because I was calling England and shit. But I got the same answer as Andy. The police for whatever they called it, privacy reasons, all they can tell us is that he's safe and he's well. But we don't know what that means. We don't know if that means he's in Thailand banging whores and they know where he is, or if he's in the witness protection because he saw some, you know, British gangster shit go down, or, you know, or maybe he's just in the hospital with a fucking broken leg. We do not know. But we do know that we miss him. So prayers for Mark also, man. Without further ado, let's see what's in this fucking box. Boba Hicks, good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see what's in this box from our friend, my friend, your friend, our brother in arms, Captain Spaulding. Right up here above where you can't see is a cool Captain Spaulding figure that he also sent me. Holy smokes. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here, man. So there's a bag. Ooh. There's a bag with a bunch of stuff. Maybe we'll open that second. And then, holy shit, look at this, guys. I was told there's a story behind this, too. Holy smokes, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 12-inch G.I. Joes. Look at this. Here's a cool Vietnam Tiger Stripe G.I. Joe. Look at this. Wow, cool uniform. Lobot? Mark O, good to see you. I don't know if anybody in here collects the 12-inch G.I. Joes. I have a very small collection. Well, I don't now, but I have a small, like literally 2 G.I. Joes. I am looking for that G.I. Joe Yeti hunt. I've seen it, but it's really expensive, so I'm trying to find one that's cheaper. But so yeah, look at this. So here, I don't know if we can find a year on these without getting too, you know, undressing them. But this cool tiger stripe. You got a couple, Mr. B? That's awesome. Yeah, I collect $20 notes. Yeah, that's cool. Steve So we got a cool tiger stripe Vietnam. We have another tiger stripe top with old school OD green bottoms. Very cool. And if you look real hard, these are fairly different shirts, actually, if you look. And they don't even look like they're different parts of the same cloth. They actually look like different ink patterns. See the smaller spots in there that you don't find in here. That's cool. Smash that like button. Hell yeah. So yeah, very cool. We have a I don't know who this is. Lobot? Is this I figure that the G.I. Joes are fairly, accurate, you know what I mean? But this like fishtail parka. This is not really a fishtail parka, but you could call it that. He has some jungle boots. So yeah, check that out. That's a cool little hood. And he also has these gloves, two-tone. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I think I've seen the tiger stripe one, Here we have a, like a khaki. I guess this is supposed to be more of a dress uniform because he doesn't have outside bottom pockets. He's got brown boots. That's very cool. And then I guess he's a corporal. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, I had the helicopter that went with those Joes. Oh, cool. The Vietnam looking ones. Here is a other with the woodland. That was the camo when I was fucking around. The woodland camo. And then he has the olive drab. Very cool. Very cool. And then look at this. At first glance, I went, oh, cool, like an Arctic G.I. But it's not. I mean, it might be made by G.I. Joe, but bam! Look at that. Hoth Luke, baby. Look at that. That's super cool. That is super cool. Right on. We'll have to put maybe some tissue or something in his hat so it doesn't sink down over his eye. Look at that. Very cool. That is super cool. Thank you, Captain Spaulding. And then look, we got a few more. We have a baseball player, an Angels baseball player. Number 12. I don't know who that would be. His name is kind of rubbed off. That's very cool. We have two of these. These are pretty cool. Is this from The Mummy? Is that Brendan? What's his name? What's his name? Yeah, that does look like Kenner Hoth Luke. I don't think it's Kenner. I don't think it's OG Kenner. I think it's 90s. Apologies at the minute, but we've been told he's okay. Yeah, I personally have reached out to the local police in his area, and so has Andy, and they have told us he is safe and he is well. That I don't personally believe that means he's fucking okay, but that's just my own personal. Brendan Fraser, yeah, that's just my own personal, it's just my own personal opinion. But, we know that he's not bloating in his fucking apartment. That I guess we know, so that's all we know. So yeah, he's gone definitely absent without leave, missing in action, everything. Yeah, yeah. Brendan Fraser. I couldn't think of his last name. George of the Jungle, the fucking Mummy. I've never seen these. That's a pretty cool. That's a pretty cool figure. Definitely a good base for a custom. And that's like, I guess, like a 5-inch figure. I guess. Hey, Cat. Yeah, I've spoken to Gareth too, multiple times, and yeah, we know that yes, I have too. I've been on Steve. I've been on this search for over a month, as me and Mark pretty much as somebody who doesn't even live in his country, right? But like, there's a few of us that talk to Mark literally every day. And there was like 2 days there, and there was, and so I've been searching for the man for over a month, and I talked to the local police station, even though I'm over here in America. I got a hold of them, and so has Andy. Andy talked to them personally, like on the phone personally, and the official word is that he is well and safe. So yeah, I talked to Gareth probably yesterday evening. I have no idea who this is. Look at this. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Who is that? I have no idea. And I see no distinctive markings. That's a cool figure, though. That's a pretty cool figure. I don't know what he does. I don't know who that is, but that's cool. He's got some waist, a little bit of waist swivel. Probably more than I'm allowing because, yeah, it's stiff, like old lack. Hey, what's going on, Baz? Yeah, we want proof he's okay. Yeah, I mean, we've done all we can, Mr. B. We've done all we can. We're trying hard, and all we can do now is just pray that he's okay and wait for him to return from whatever's going on. Look, there's another. I don't know who this is either. This is an awesome. This is an awesome box, Captain Spaulding. Very, very cool. This does have a date on it, 2001. Licensed by Fun. I have no idea who that is. Oh, it's figuratively speaking here. Hello, Sir John, if you're in here. Yeah, Mark is probably lurking. Mark is probably lurking. So that's a cool figure. I'm still mesmerized by this fucking guy. This guy's cool as fuck. He could almost be like if it wasn't for these warrior armbands, that's like Doc Savage. Have y'all seen that Mezco is going to come? Now, Mezco had their little post that they did, and I think they're doing like an Indiana Jones and fucking somebody else, but they are doing a Doc Savage, but in real small letters on a plaque next to him, it says, not the final whatever. It says pending licensing whatever. So we don't know if we're really going to get that. But man, I'm all for a Mezco Doc Savage. And then I do recognize this. I cannot tell you who or what line that's from, but for some reason, that looks familiar. I don't know if it's just something I saw. HK Designs. There's like a serial number, but there is no year. He's got 2 screws in the back. Good to see you, Kat. Yeah, the Doc Savage is a must, dude. I just got another cool Doc Savage shirt. Man, no, fucking Doc Savage is fucking cool, dude. Doc Savage is fucking cool. Very, very fucking cool. And then look, we have a 90s, 1995 speeder. Look at this. And it's in good, the windshield's in good shape. There's a little bit of scuffing here and there, but like, what a great candidate for a LAC custom. Sticker's still on the inside under the hood. Very cool. Let's see if the wheels still work. Very cool. I do have one of these somewhere, the 95, and I think I probably had it since 95, like it's an original one that I had, and I also have the vintage one. But yeah, what a great candidate for a custom, you know what I mean? And really, probably just a custom paint job. You know, maybe I could find some flame effects to put off back here. That'd be cool. What a cool... Yeah, that was a cool toy, and that was a cool design, too, you know? Beats the shit out of those fucking moped Book of Boba Fett fucking cocksuckers. Magnificent Kaboom! Welcome! We're opening this, but we opened a box from Captain Spaulding, which I really appreciate. It's very cool. I have a couple things. I have a custom for Rum, our fearless leader of the Monkey Lizard Army, that's in the works. And I have a couple more ships that I want to paint. They're not necessarily for anybody. I have a couple that are already painted that I think we need to give away. I finally broke 355 subscribers. I was supposed to have a giveaway at 300. You never owned a 3.75-inch land speeder? G-Force? Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I have a couple things I need to paint. I think we're going to have a giveaway at some point. I just got to get my shit together. And, like, I don't have a desktop. So, like, the ducky race and all that kind of shit, I can't really do on my phone, right? So we'll figure out a way to do it. Oh, I see something that says, I'm sorry, Kat. Kat, I hope you're doing well. We will add you if you're not, definitely. And you know what? Even if you're not doing well, everybody needs to be on the well-wishes, prayers, and good vibe list in our community. Very cool. Captain Spaulding, this is awesome. This is awesome. If anybody knows who that is, drop that in the chat. If anybody knows who number 12 of the Angels are they even a fucking team? Is that even a team anymore? I don't know. Oh, is Rex here? Yeah, congratulations. Wait till the bag. We're getting to the bag next. This is very cool. Brendan Fraser's very cool. We'll do the fucking Luke Hoth is fucking badass. I'm sure this is 90s because you can tell from the... I thought this line was really cool, man, and they're fairly affordable now. And I would love to get all, but I just, just like all of us, right? We're running out of room. And, it'll have to be sparing with what goes up. I'm working on a Christmas display over there. I just put some lights on it, some icicle lights. Let's open this bag that is like full of accessories, I'm guessing. I really don't know, but wait to the bag, he says. I'm glad I waited and did it second. Let's see what is in this bag, guys. Oh, shit. It's a fuck ton of goddamn shit. It's a fuck ton of shit. Oh, wow. Look at this. All right. Let me find a place to put this as we get it out of the bag. Okay. So, we have a Hoth vest, it looks like. Very cool. Like what was that guy's name? General Rakin or whatever? He said, Princess, get to your shuttle or whatever. Oh, cool. Hey, we have like a 6-inch uniform. Man, that's cool. That's cool. I have no idea. Does anybody recognize this uniform as anything? Is that like a French Foreign Legion or something? Lobot, we're looking at you for the answer on that one. We have a I guess this is, yeah, this has got to be 6-inch. And then look at this one. It's like a sailor. I guess it's not a sailor shirt, but that's cool. It's a G.I. Joe product. Very cool. Oh, cool. We got a vest here. That's super badass. Look at that. Bunch of pouches. Very cool. Dragon Ball Z Android 17 figure. Oh, cool. Right on. Thank you, Mark. I have known nothing about Dragon Ball Z whatsoever. Hey, we have whatever this pod racer guy's name was. Missing a couple arms, but we can probably, unless they could be in the bag. But if not, we can fix something up there. Very cool. Lots of Joe accessories. Lots of Joe accessories. Very cool. Let's see, what is this? I have a canister. That's pretty neat. Let's see, we got some. Oh, this is like the suspenders. What are these? These go with the M. What was that? That M12 Bianchi holster. And then this is I actually have a couple of these that I wear sometimes, like when I'm out in the woods and stuff. I cannot remember what they're called, but it's the suspenders that hook onto the belt. Another part of a belt there. Oh, look at this. So this is like this might be I don't know. This might be trying to be a 1911, but it looks more like a Smith & Wesson, like Model 49. But that's super cool. With the can on it. Yeah, exactly, G-Force. German gas mask holder. Bam, Lobot fucking knows. Doesn't that look like a Smith & Wesson 49? I guess being it's stainless, it's not the 49 anymore. But yeah, very cool. That's definitely cool. Let's see. Oh, we got a bazooka. Very neat. We have some boots. Some old style boots with some gaiters. Very cool. We have some tactical shoes. We have a pry bar that may have went on a tank, or maybe maybe this came with a G.I. Joe firefighter. Who knows? Big pry bar. I have one of these, actually. Here's our other gaitered boot. Very nice. We'll separate all this out later. We have the German potato masher, World War II style grenade. Very cool. Definitely some German stuff in here. Captain Spaulding said that there was all right, here's a machine gun here, heavy machine gun. I guess that's technically, a light machine gun. But you can see it's got a peg on it, so it definitely went with a vehicle, which of course this may have gone with, maybe, possibly. We got a helmet. We have a canteen. Oh, there's a lot of cool shit in here, Captain. Very cool. We got another vest. We have what might be a firing. Oh yeah. There's a lever right here. Also was on some sort of vehicle. I don't remember too many G.I. Joe 12-inch vehicles, except they had the Jeep. Another set of suspenders. I think these are definitely for the German that we've gotten some of his stuff in here for. Here is a tube that goes on probably a vehicle. Here is a battering ram to knock down a door. Very cool. Let's see. Knife sheath. There's a lot of stuff in here, so we'll go through kind of quick, all right? Not super quick. What? Hey, we have a 3 3/4 inch Thompson. Oh, that's cool. That's super cool. I actually have a figure I could use that with, so I'm going to set that over here, like immediately off to the side. We have a rucksack. We have a very cable style gun here. That does not look like anything that's real. That would go with your 12-inch. Well, it would even probably go with your 6-inch cable, right? Because cable's fucking guns were just unbelievably oversized. That's a cool gun. Very futuristic looking. A couple more helmets. We have a Operation Desert Storm. We have a more of now that's woodland, but it's definitely in like a. Of course, that could have been faded. It's definitely like a urban camo colors. We have a. Oh, you know what this is? I think this is a law rocket. A law rocket, laser assisted weapon. When my father was a charter boat captain, a lot of guys carried these on their charter boats in the 70s and the 80s for pirates. Because they would go out here, back then you didn't have to go as far, especially like in South Florida. But yeah, that's what that is. That is a law rocket, laser assisted weapon. That's what law stands for. So as far as I know, here's part of a mortar, which I realize now. No, this is the same law rocket. I think it's just missing the little part that comes out. But we could definitely turn this into a mortar of some kind, right? That's cool. We have a regular GI boot here. Regular GI boot. We have another tactical tennis shoe. Oh, hey, we have a beret, tiger stripe beret, which I'm sure probably never really existed, at least in the U.S. military, right? Maybe in somewhere else. We have an M5. Very cool. We have the buttstock and the barrel of an M16, but we're missing the middle part, which might be in here. We have some magazine pouches for your MOLLE gear. We have a personal, what I believe is probably a personal flotation device. Yeah, what's going on, Brett? What's going on, Brett? Formerly known as Collecting with Cool, now known as the Jedi Cantina. Here's our other GI boot. We have another backpack. This one has Velcro on the back. That's kind of neat. Another potato masher, grenade. Very cool. We have, wow, look at that. I never knew that, but look, this one, like it has a working slide. That's super fucking cool. What is this? That's a SIG, well, P226 or whatever. That's what, I might have that model wrong, but that's definitely a SIG. A third boot. Third potato masher. Very cool. We have some knee pads, which Brett might need for under the East LaPorte Street Bridge. And if you don't like those knee pads, you can use these style knee pads or these style knee pads. Makes the set there. We have this is definitely for a German, this is like a German Luger holster, I think. Like the Luger that had the artillery Luger, I'm guessing. Jumpy McClunky, good to see you. I'm guessing that's like, yeah, that's got to be the artillery Luger that had the stock, the 1896 Mauser C96, commonly known as the broom handle, right? Which Han Solo's DL-44 is used off of. Its stock was also used as a holster, but Luger I don't think had that. They had quite so wide because it held a holster and the gun. We have a satchel, very cool. That would work with a Western character right there. Like it's military looking, but it's old. You know, that could be. You could put some fringe on it. Use that for a native or whatever. That's cool. Oh, we've got a rocket for one of those. It's not a red rocket, but it is a rocket. Is it for this one? No, it's not for that one. I have not. All of these are round. Everything we have so far is round. This distinctively has these grooves on it. So we'll keep an eye out. There's still a few more things in here. We have another battering ram for door opening. Very cool. We have a disc. Not sure what that's going to be for. Here's one of those arms of that guy we were looking for. We'll put that over there so we don't lose it. We have a single action revolver that could be for a 6-inch. It's a little small for a 6-inch character. That's super cool, but we'll see. Here is a, what is this? This could be a flap to something. This could be a mine. I'm not sure what this is. Apex Comics, what's going on? Action Figure Central, yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say my channel is Action Figure Central. We have a Bic pen lid. Suspicious. Let's see. Oh, here's the box for that machine gun we saw earlier. And you can see the shell right there. The cartridge. We have some more mag pouches. These are World War II style. If these were reddish color, they would definitely be like a Russian style. Let's see. We have some binocular case right here, which has a appears to have like a grenade stuck inside. Maybe I shouldn't mess with it. Maybe it's booby trapped. Very cool, man. Super cool shit. We have now this is definitely a German shovel, I believe. Definitely World War II style. Yeah, I don't know if my channel is Action Figure Central because we do, I mean, y'all know, I got all my videos from when I was working in Alaska. We do sword stuff. I'm going to start going to the, there's a lot of ranges that don't let you film when you shoot, which is easy. I just picked up this beautiful piece right here, and I've shot it quite a bit. But yeah, it's hard to find a range that will let you videotape. It's very strange. So I don't know. We have a canteen. It's an older style canteen. We have a pouch with a couple grenades hooked onto it. We have another World War II style, which I'm sure they use this. Even when I worked for BLM, that's Bureau of Land Management, not the other one. A couple years ago when they're like, BLM is rioting in the streets and they're burning everything down, I was like, what the fuck is Bureau of Land Management doing rioting? Because, like, I was just, there was a time where BLM meant Bureau of Land Management, especially when you lived in Alaska and you worked for them a couple times every summer putting out wildfires. But we even use these. We got a lot of surplus. Got a lot of surplus stuff. Here's another GI boot. We're getting down to nitty-gritty small stuff here. We have a couple. Nope, we have a few. We have Trace G.I. Joe 12-inch dog tags, which is very cool. Very cool. This is a 3 3/4-inch collar. I'm not sure. I don't know who that goes to. Is that like Pago the Lesser or somebody? Like it might not even be Star Wars, but I'm not sure. If there's questions, there's people talking to me in the chat. I'm sorry I'm not keeping up with them because I'm looking at all these cool things. Here is a double mag pouch with magazines. Remember, these are magazines, not clips, because a clip is actually something different. Those are not synonymous words. These are magazines. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Another potato masher here. I think that makes 4. We have the old school canteen cup with the folding handle. We have a backpack for a 3 3/4-inch figure. Very cool. Now look, if there's anything, because I have multiples of everything and we are a community, but once if there's any one of these things that you're missing, I'd be happy to share some of these things with people. We have a couple more pouches. We're watching. Hey, thank you, She Snacks. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I remember around 73 I lost Sam Cobra's black 45 caliber revolver. Looks like Anakin's backpack. This one? From like the animated Clone Wars or something? There's a flashlight on it. I think that's a flashlight. It might just be a canister. I don't know. Very cool. We have 2 more. So that makes 6 for all the guys in there. This was the web belt that I used to wear, this kind with that clink, that little snap. I still have a few of these roaming around. This is the kind of belt. It should have holes in it, like a real one you'd get today. It would have holes with metal rivets, and that's what the suspenders that we saw earlier hooked to. This would be a unit, kind of. This belt is the World War II style belt. Has a hook. Also, the World War II style belt, instead of having a hook, it had the little bar. You slid it in there like this. But this is the later model with a plastic clip, which are pretty robust. Even in cold weather, I've never had one break. We have multiples of these. These are probably, I guess, like 4 mag pouches with a grenade. We have 1, 2. I dropped 1, 3. We got 3 or 4 of these. That's very cool. We have some of the New Age canteens here that have that rubber top. These also had like a vent. They had like a weird vent system, the real ones, that I thought were strange. I don't know. I never really cared for those canteens personally. They also had the ones that were like some sort of rubber. Like you could not carry water in those for very long because they would fucking taste like rubber. They were awful. We have another World War II style mag pouch. We have another box for the belt-fed gun. We have the what is this? This maybe is I don't know what this is. Probably maybe from a vehicle. It could be a folding step. I don't know what that is. I first saw it like this, and I was like, "Oh, it's a grill to a little Jeep," but I don't think it's that either. Very cool, Captain Spaulding. We have a grenade, another grenade. Oh, where are you? Like that. Another mag pouch. Not Vietnam era. Another one of these guys. Very cool. We have some miscellaneous belts and straps. One brown, one black. We have this piece. What does this look like to me? I don't know. I don't know. Possibly part of a mortar system? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, man. Hey, Gilster, what time is it where you're at? Because me and Gilster are on the same time zone. Hey, see you, Captain. Yeah. Tell me the story. Yeah. Be right back. Okay, no problem. I'm getting down to the end here, so we have a flashbang. Very cool. It's 3:23. Huh, okay. Yeah, I figured my ex is. So my son is in soccer, right? And like I go to all the games and I try to make all of his practices. But what's interesting is like she always wants to know. And if I surprise her, she usually just shows up by herself. But if she thinks I'm going to be there, she like brings her new boyfriend and his entire family, and they're like they come in like a whole pack, you know? Because I guess lack just fucking whatever you call it intimidates them that much. Another canteen. But anyway, yeah, I just got a text from, are you coming to practice? Here's a monocular. Monocular. Very cool. We have a magazine that looks like it might have went to that M16. And we have another grenade right here. So very cool. Very cool. And that concludes the bag. Wow, the bag had a lot of stuff in it, you guys. That's awesome. So, Captain, I'm sure you had to go back to work. Um, but I certainly appreciate it, man. This is awesome. This is awesome. We'll have to find some of the 12-inch Hoth accoutrement for this guy. He needs a DL44 blaster. He needs a lightsaber, obviously. There's a couple more pegs on the back. I'm sure maybe they would have been like his monoculars, but that might have just went around his neck. I don't know. But very cool, man. All of these are cool. The Tiger Stripe. There's a John Wayne sideshow from the Green Berets. And there's two variants. There's the OD Green variant, and then there's a Tiger Stripe one. And that I don't know. I'd like to get all the John Wayne sideshows, at some point, but they are expensive. Expensive shit. Oh yeah, I got you now. Apex. So yeah, that's awesome, Captain Spaulding. I really appreciate it. You did not have to get anything for my birthday, and that's definitely not why I did the birthday stream. But also, like a week before my birthday was Outlaw Bill, formerly Jedi Bill's birthday. There was another birthday that just happened recently that I can't remember. I feel real bad. I'm just checking the our glue job on this Wolverine claw, and it appears to be banging, spot on. These ones I turn them out wide because I think they look better like that. on these figures. Yeah, Peaky's. Yeah, Peaky Arrow. Oh, yeah, and Mr. B's oldest granddaughter's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Mr. B's oldest granddaughter. Very awesome, very awesome. Oh, yeah, thanks. Apex, you came a little late, but so I'm doing Nick Fury Wolverine displays, right? So this is the third one. I'm painting the boards and shit for it outside. But so I've been doing like a 1 foot by 2 foot board that this gets mounted on. And then on the bottom of the board, it has a shelf, right? Hello, TJ. Hello, Dragon Buddy. And so this is the newest one, right? So I'm recreating these covers with the figures. So I got a Fury and a Wolverine to recreate that. And I guess this isn't, I mean, I don't know. This is like a graphic novel. See, this Scorpio Rising it's got a spine. It's really thick. That's what she said. And you can see how thick it is. It's much more like a graphic novel. I might have to get a different frame. I don't know if this is going to fit in the few comic book frames that I have, but we will see. Jumpy, good to see you, my friend. I think I said that earlier, but I don't. If I've missed anybody, please forgive me. Please forgive me. But yeah, Apex, that's not bad. I was saying earlier that there are quite a few comics that have Nick Fury and Wolverine, but there's not too many that have just both of them on the cover. And so I've been recreating those. You know what's weird though too is like Nick Fury's right eye is got the patch on it here, you know? That's his left. Well, what's going on here? No, I got it right. Okay, I was looking at it backwards in the camera. Weird. So yeah, that should look good together. So we'll put the comic book up here, then we'll have him down, in about this area, like that. And then we're gonna get a one of those stands. We'll attach it to the board, and we'll have Wolverine kind of flying through the air above him. So we'll recreate this with these figures, with this displayed behind them. And that'll be the third one that I'm doing. Oh, yeah, right on. I appreciate that, Apex. I really appreciate that. Yeah, man, Nick Fury and Wolverine, what a fucking, talk about a real dynamic duo there, I mean, I'm obviously a fan of Batman. I got another one up there, but anyway, I really appreciate everybody being here. I really do. I've been pretty busy. I've been doing a lot of different shit. I've not been in a lot of live streams. I've been going back and watching people's videos that I've missed. I'm always trying to leave I always leave a like. I always try to leave a comment. Sometimes I leave multiple comments, especially if it's like a long toy hunt. I'll be like, oh shit, and then Dean does that too, It'll be like 9 comments, Yeah, great mail call. Yes, thank you very much, Dragon Buddy. Yeah, Captain Spaulding is an absolute pillar of the community. Wonderful person. And I tell you what, he's got some fucking badass tattoos. When I first started getting tattoos, I went with I don't have as many as he does, but I always went for like the black line. I always thought that was really cool, and nobody really does that anymore, And then my newest one, which is a couple years old now, is this American, what do they call it? American Classic. And it's just an eagle, like in the old, what's his name? Sailor Jerry style, you know what I mean? I thought about building a Juggernaut versus X-Men diorama set. Too much work and no. Yeah, that's the problem is space. Man, space. You haven't been to me for a while. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, TJ. I haven't been anywhere for a while. I'm really sorry. I do apologize. Time slips away. I got my new wife. I got my ex. I got the 2 kids. and then just regular juggling of home life. It's you know, and I'm not complaining, but it's just, you know, shit gets piled up, and then you fucking, you know, don't know what to fucking do sometimes. You know what I mean? So, Apex, definitely. Why not do a? You know, you could do a Juggernaut versus a X-Man instead of all of them necessarily. I re-watched the X-Men original. Yeah, Dalton can be overrated. Fucking A. That's why we buy alcohol. Yeah, I haven't had a drink in a long time. I haven't had a drink in a super long time. Uh, but yeah, not enough hours in the day. That is fucking A right. That is fucking A right. And you know what's interesting? Uh, like my folks came down and visited for a week, and I had the Cubs, and we had a wonderful vacation. We got a place out on the beach. And you know what? And that fucking went by like that. It went by like that. So fast, you know? And then other days when you're like really working hard or something's not going right for you, all of a sudden that day drags on forever, right? Yeah. Yeah, life gets in the way of enjoying yourself. Yeah, it fucking A, it does. It does. I'm working on a few new avenues of life and shit. You know, I'm not gonna give anything away because you never know who's watching, but shit'll come together. Shit will come together. So, and I appreciate everybody for sure. I really do. It's great, and thank you for joining me. I don't. Is there any questions? Any questions or comments from the class? You know, by all means. Um, this is definitely one of my favorite. Man, when I was a kid, dude, like it was not like, you know, we all wore camo and we all went hunting and all that kind of stuff, you know, and like Tiger Stripe was always the coolest, always very cool, which you could never get that. And I am fairly sure that that was never actually a U.S. military issued thing. I think that was something we got from like the South Vietnamese, right? Or maybe even the French who were in Nam before us, which we apparently didn't learn any fucking lessons from. But yeah, very cool. Anyway, so yeah, give me a holler later. I will be. It's 3 o'clock. I will be busy. It's like you have to ask Gilster what time it is. You know. What did you really think about that photo on Insta? I have to go. I may not know which one you're talking about. Steve, yes, good to see you. I may have enough room for a 3.75. Yeah. Yeah, I've always been 3.75 inch and everything, but lately I've gotten into Georgie. Good to see you, young lady. What's happening? What is happening? I hope you're doing well in your family, and I hope Stu is doing well. Give our best wishes to him as well. Yeah, for some reason I have gotten in, I don't know, the new 6 inch Rolando, I know, 3.75 for the win. But I have to tell you, man, some of these 6 inch figures, they're just like, I've always been a Star Wars 375, and like I really stay with Power of the Force 2. I like those motherfuckers. I know a lot of people don't. But man, those are some great fucking sculpts. There was only like 6 or 8 that had the real buff problem, you know, and that's what everybody discusses, everybody talks about. That line was so fucking full of shit because they were all buff and like it was really like the first 6 figures. Those fucking things are great. The the Power of the Force 2 Bosk may still be the greatest 3.75 inch Bosk sculpt today. You know? Very well may be. But yeah, I've gotten into the 6 inch. They're just, I don't know why. Well, one of the reasons is you can put them on a shelf across the room, and you know you can just look at them across the room and you can fucking see them. And you go, hey, that's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. And you know, I've gotten into. Mark sent me a really cool, and I showed it before. It's over there, or I would get it down. But the Sideshow did a Legends of the West line, and they're fairly expensive. They're most of them are like maybe 170 to 210 um, in box. And Mark found a loose complete Crazy Horse, and I can't remember what he said, but he paid like $12 for it because that's not a and I'm sure in his country, it's just like Dukes of Hazzard stuff or Confederate Britons. Like in England, you can find that shit all over the place, and it's affordable. And if you come to America, it's like some people won't put it on their shelves, and people who do sell it, what's up, Bjorn? They sell them for a lot of money because it's kind of a rarity here. But some of that stuff does not seem rare in England necessarily. It just doesn't it just doesn't have the fan base. I still have to open my Sideshow John Wayne. I have not opened that prick yet. And I don't know. I was going to do it on John Wayne's birthday, and something was going on that day, and I didn't do it. And then I don't know. Maybe I should wait for another good John Wayne anniversary date, I don't know. Maybe I need to look up some dates just here and there. The Sideshow is John Wayne as Rooster Cogburn in True Grit. So whenever which of course is the only film he won an Oscar for. So maybe we could figure out what day that was. Maybe we should open it on that day if it hasn't already happened, or if it's coming up. But we'll do that. We'll do that. Also been enjoying Ed's Hot Toys and Hot Coffee. They took a break this week. Very sad, but still, so great show. I only have one Sideshow, John Wayne, so I don't know. Oh yeah, 16-inch Wonder Woman figure. She's like the 50-foot woman. Yeah, cool. I wouldn't mind a 50-foot woman. Yeah, that doesn't even make a lot of sense. Anyway, Captain Spaulding, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it. And again, prayers for Rolando. And we're going to keep praying for Mark. Hopefully he turns up soon. And we do know that he is safe and well, which to me, just really adds just a whole nother layer of mystery to the whole fucking thing. I don't know. But we will, hopefully we will find out eventually. And we will do whatever we can for anyone in the community. I think everybody knows that. If we need to raise money, if we need to buy plane tickets, if we need to fucking whatever, Yeah, release date, June 12th, 1969. I wonder when the Oscars were. That would be... How far are we from that? What month is it now? It's November? Is it November? No, we haven't had Halloween yet. So we're still a little bit away. But that wouldn't be a bad date. And I can't remember, John Wayne was born like May 7th? Or he was born in 1907, so probably not May 7th, 1907. I have to look all that up. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I'm just rambling now, but I do appreciate everybody, all right? We will button this up. Captain Spaulding, fucking awesome, brother. I really appreciate the box. That's badass. We will go through all of that again and separate out the eras of kit into different bags and then match them up. Okay, right on. Yeah, I haven't watched the fucking Oscars ever. I haven't watched them since never. Won the Oscar in 1970, April 7th. There you go. Bam, Georgie. So we might be kind of far away from, I think I wonder what his death day was. We could maybe, whatever. We'd need to do a John Wayne. I had a great stream with Rex over at Devil Flyer. We talked about Westerns for fucking 3 hours or some shit. But we'll have to do some more. That might not be everybody's thing, but I don't care. It's my channel. We talk about whatever I want. How about that? As the numbers on the thing go down, blick, 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 that's fine. What's crazy? I always watch the Oscars. Yeah, I don't watch that. You know, it's kind of like the old roast, though. I see Apex says Oscars used to be fun to watch, not anymore. You know, I still watch the fucking Dean Martin roasts and the Friars Club roasts. But like, you hop on Comedy Central and try to watch a roast, and like, they suck. They suck. How do you like the light show? Do a little laser show here. Some fireworks. My son loves this one. The fireworks. Died June 11th, 1979. Yeah, I knew it was 79. Yeah, the day. You know what, Dragon Buddy? You know what the bad thing about watch? Like, you can watch them on Prime, I think, Amazon Prime for free, but they're really heavily edited now. They're super and some of them are not well. Like, they're not edited well. Like like they never. You're not getting the full fucking thing. You know. All of us rushing to Google. Yeah, yeah. The Dean Martin roast. They're highly edited now, and sometimes, like I said, they're so poorly done that you're missing stuff. You know, it's like most people always have a really big, nasty joke right before they are done, and you can see that people are just clapping and they're gone, and they don't show like them standing up and shaking the hand and all. You know what I mean? And if you watch the Dean Martin roasts real close, you can see there's a couple of them, like the Jackie Gleason roast, who I love Jackie Gleason, um, and Ed Norton. What's his name? Not Ed Norton. What's the fuck's his name? Oh my God, who was the sidekick with the fucking hat? You know who I'm talking about. In that roast, every time they cut, when they're like there's a joke and everybody laughs, and then they cut to individual people, they cut to the same laugh of that guy, you know, and he's doing like the old 1920s, like laughing behind his hand and pointing and shit, and like, but they do that every time they show him, and you can tell it's like the same. It's exactly the same piece of film. Oh, thank you, Mary. Yes, thank you. This is a vintage beaver hat. Beaver hat brand is my favorite hat of all time. Went out of business quite a long time ago. I got this for a pretty good deal. Super good deal. This came from a place called the Cowboy Center in Miami, which has went out of business, and the great granddaughter has opened a store here in my local area. But this was custom made for their center. So yeah, thank you very much. I like the color. It's not quite an open road. It's more of like a oh, what's that next style? I'm a big hat aficionado. I know all, like this is called a cattleman's crease. You know, this has a banded brim. I'm trying to think. What is it? The Spartan? No, the Spartan is bigger. Anyway, this is not quite an open road, like what FDR. He wore an open road, which I have one, a Stetson open road. But then they made a slightly larger dimension, like half inch on the brim, and then like a whole inch or two on the crown. This is called the crown. This is called the brim. A lot of people know this is the brim, but people don't remember this is called the crown. Anyway, yeah, beaver hat. If you see any beaver hats, if you're at your local secondhand store and you see hats, always look inside and see if it's a beaver hat brand. Okay, and if you see a beaver hat or a Stetson or certain Borsalinos, which Borsalino went out of business and then they didn't, and then people bought the name, and but if you can get some of the vintage ones, like, motherfucker, they go for big, big money. Big money. Like, you could possibly buy 2 fucking Hot Toys if you found the right Borsalino from like pre-1986. You could maybe buy 3 fucking Hot Toys. Yeah, I like beavers too, bro. You could probably buy 3 fucking Hot Toys if you found the right Borsalino hat. You know what I mean? And you don't necessarily want to sell them on eBay. You want to get a hold of, like, there's a great channel called Ken's Hats and Guitars, and he has like a Facebook group and stuff. But you want to get in in with like serious hat collectors, and that's when you can start getting good. That's when you can get good fucking prices on that shit. So I'm man. Lat collects a lot of shit. He collects hats. He collects antique edge weapons, antique firearms. He collects, action figures for whatever reason. I've gotten into. I'm not saying I'm collecting them, but I've gotten into more comics for the art. You know, uh, I don't know. I get into different stuff. I get into different stuff for whatever reason. It's just whatever floats my fancy at the time. So anyway. We've been going an hour and 20 minutes. If there's anyone else that would like to say something in the chat before we go, do it now. We're down to 9. We're running people off by the second, which I don't care. I could sit here. Y'all have seen my videos. I can sit here and talk like this if you weren't here. So it's it's a quite a skill that I have. I lived alone in the wilderness for a long time, so I don't need I don't fucking need other people around. It's nice, don't get me wrong. I'm not anti people, but I don't have any issue with 30K comics. Holy shit, Apex, that is amazing. That is amazing. I don't even have 1K, which I'm glad about. Because like I said, I buy comics because I really like the cover art, and then I put them on the wall. And display them. So like 30K comics would not work up in this motherfucker at all. So anyway, I have I have some we were talking about displays, Apex, and I have a few of the I can't remember who made them now, but I have some of the Princess Bride figures. I have Andre and I have Inigo and I have the Man in Black. And I'd like to maybe find what's his name? Vincini, uh, Inconceivable. Was his name Vincini? I think it was. But I was thinking about, and I don't know where to do it. Like I have a little bit of room, but I'm not sure where to place it. But I think I'd like to get like a piece of plywood, get some spray foam insulation, and make like the Cliffs of Insanity. You know what I mean? Um, and then have the Man in Black like climb. Or it's like right after they cut the rope, you know, and he's holding on to the cliff, and then have Andre and Inigo at the top, talking. I think that would be. You sure they're your dad's comics? Haha, funny. I would like to do that. I have not. I've only brainstormed it, and I've watched a few videos, mostly from like train. The old guys that have the trains going around. As you wish. I've seen some videos on how they're doing, rock walls and shit with the spray foam. So that's as far as I've gotten on that. And again, I don't know where I would do it, but I think that'd be a pretty fucking cool display. Because the figures I just have them in box on a shelf way up. They're actually above this door, way up above that door on a shelf. They're just sitting there in a box. So, right on. Yeah, Rolando we've been seeing some awesome comics from Rolando on the Instagram. So super awesome. I would like to find some of the old Doc Savage. I have a couple of the books, but I'd like to find some more of like, I don't know if they were technically comics because they were like a little bit bigger. They were kind of like this. Some of them were a little thicker, But yeah, more Doc Savage. Damn it, And I like some of the obscure stuff. I'd like to see some more Captain Midnight, which is still owned by Ovaltine. I think with the way collecting is, and it's kind of we're in like this superhero era. Like if they just reintroduced Captain Midnight, I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know. I'm sure probably very few people on here even. Oh, thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. I'm sure not very many people even remember who Captain Midnight was. There is on Prime, you can watch the old Captain Midnight serials. And they're sponsored by, and as far as I know, I haven't looked it up in a while, but Captain Midnight is still owned by Ovaltine. So, you know, I just feel like they should talk to Todd McFarlane or somebody and fucking let's make a Captain Midnight. I've been trying to do a Captain Midnight custom, and I want to use the and I still need to get it. One time I saw it for $5, and I was like, I was buying shit for my kids, and I saw it like at Ross, and I should have bought it, but I didn't, because like when I'm buying shit from, I go, I don't need that, but the Marvel Legends Vulcan body, and then the head from the Captain America that comes with the motorcycle. If you did a head swap there, and then you did just a little bit of painting on the chest, you would have a Captain Midnight. You would have a fucking Captain Midnight. You would have a Captain Midnight. You may not have the original looking Captain Midnight, but later on, before he like disappeared, he got like a red and yellow and blue kind of spandexy costume, you know. Like originally he just wore like a flight suit, you know. But he always maintained like that old World War I, World War II fucking skull cap thing with the goggles. But yeah, that would make an easy fucking Captain Midnight. Hey, good to see you, Jumpy. Love you, brother. Take care. Rock on, brother. I'm also working on a Raylan Givens from Justified custom. I've got a couple bodies that might work. The one is that Bruce Banner Marvel Legends. I think that would work. And then the other one is, I can't remember his name. He's from, I think he's like from like Wakanda, but it's the light blue shirt with the tie. I have one up there that I've used for a Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. The original, in the old Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. comics, when he's not in his blue tactical thing, he's wearing like I think he has a black tie usually. I don't know, he might have a blue tie, but he's wearing like a blue suit when he's like walking around on the street and shit. The series title was changed to Jet Jackson, Flying Commando. Oh, you know what? I think I remember that, Jet Jackson. Yeah, I do remember that. I think Captain Midnight is a much fucking cooler name. Still on the rights to Captain Midnight. Okay. Oh, okay. So he was changed to Jet Jackson because Ovaltine was like, no, we own that. Captain Midnight is a great. That was also a big radio DJ, like in the 60s, in Texas, I believe. Like in the old school, like Buddy Holly, Waylon Jennings, Texas era of the 50s and 60s, Captain Midnight. And Captain Midnight, I think, also was a wrestling. What do they call those guys? He was a wrestler manager too there for a while. But yeah, Captain Midnight, that's a fucking cool name. This channel almost was called Captain Midnight because that's a fucking cool ass fucking name. Jet Jackson, not as cool a name. Oh, thank you, Mary. Yeah, earlier I got called Action Figure Central, which is definitely, I appreciate it, but like it's definitely not Action Figure Central. I don't think. But yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, Captain Midnight. That's cool. Thank you, TJ, for that information. I don't know if you knew that or if you just Googled it, but very impressed with at least your typing Google skills. There was a couple other ones too back then. I'm drawing a blank right now. And then like the whole Captain Marvel, Shazam, like that was like they used to be the same person at one point, and then whatever happened, maybe it was licensing or whatever. But yeah, there's a correlation between those two guys too. And who else was really cool? Was John Carter from Mars, right? John Carter, and they made a film. I mean, I don't know how long ago it was, but they made a film that like totally flopped. But John Carter from Mars was a was it? I think it was a newspaper serial that then became a book. But that's like from 1919. You know, John Carter from Mars is, and like there's argument that he's one of the first superheroes, but he's not really a superhero because he goes to Mars and because he's there, um, you know, he has different powers. It's like Superman in reverse, right? So him as a Earthling goes to Mars, and because of the gravity or whatever the fuck, he had those abilities. But you know, yeah, John Carter from Mars is like from 1919, and Captain Marvel name Marvel versus DC. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, but there was like a right? They're like a copy. I always get into arguments with people. Like when I was younger, everybody was a huge Superman fan, and like I mean, like Superman's cool or whatever, but like I've never been like you don't see any Superman fucking figures anywhere, you know. And but you know, like Superman is a direct fucking like a direct ripoff of Doc Savage. I don't mean to bust people's bubble in here, but like Superman is a direct fucking ripoff of Doc Savage. Superman, the Man of Steel, Doc Savage, Man of Bronze, right? Uh, the first person to have a Fortress of Solitude in the Arctic Circle was Doc Savage. It wasn't fucking Superman. Superman is a total fucking ripoff of Doc Savage. And as it's been a while since I've read everything that was Doc Savage, but I don't think we've ever been explained where Doc Savage gets his fucking shit from, you know. And like he definitely has like superhuman strength and speed, and he's fucking bulletproof. You know, that's why he's the Man of Bronze. He's fucking bulletproof. But like, there's a couple where, and I think it was in the movie they made in the '70s too. You know, but like he had a dad, and his dad got killed, so it's not like his dad was fucking bulletproof or whatever. So, but yeah, I think Doc Savage is one of the coolest. Yeah, TJ says, "Give me a minute. She will fucking find out everything about." Um, and then yeah, Doc Savage. I can't remember the year, but he predates Superman by like a fucking lot. You know, like maybe almost a fucking decade. Maybe more. Superman is what 38 or something, and then Batman's like 36. Don't quote me on that. I'm just fucking Rolodexing, spitballing here, but like, you know, and there was a long time that people, they thought, people would say, oh, Superman was the first superhero, and like he wasn't. He was not the first superhero. Batman predates him, and then who is it that predates them all is the Phantom. Some of Superman's origins comes from Moses, just sent away to find a new life and become powerful. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know. I didn't know that. But yet, what was I talking? Oh, the Phantom. The Phantom. First of all, you have to classify what is a superhero, right? From what I've read and from what people who consider themselves authorities will tell you, a superhero has white eyes, right? Wow. Doc Savage's powers were based on discipline and training, except for the fucking bulletproof part. Like, I don't know how you train for that. If you find that workout, please, send it over because I'll start putting that into my routine. But anyway, so if you Google and you read all the different shit, a superhero is supposed to have the white eyes, and they're supposed to have like a costume, which is going to be traditionally like the leotard, the onesie or whatever, right? And the guy that predates everybody on that is the Phantom. And I can't remember what year. Matter of fact, I think the Phantom might be 36, and then maybe Batman is like 38, and then Superman is later than that. I can't remember. But I'm positive that's how the order goes if you want to talk about at least those three, the biggies. The Phantom, which a lot of people, it's like, it's an older thing. There was that Billy Zane movie that was entertaining, but it was, it could have been. I think it could have been more serious. I like to see more serious. I mean, whatever. I'm a Western fan. I watch films from like the '60s. you know, so I like shit to be just a little bit more, not realistic in the sense that they can't fly and stuff, but more serious. You know, like Deadpool and Wolverine were fun and all that kind of stuff, but like, is it going to win any awards? I don't know. It was just like one of those. I'm not saying it wasn't good and entertaining, but I would have much rather seen these guys kicking ass like in real life, you know, or like the Punisher movie, much more serious. I'm not going to say realistic, but much more serious. Um, that's the kind of shit I like. I don't know. Anyway, uh, anything else? People are dropping off like flies, and I'm just rambling. And I'm gonna just keep doing it until like my wife comes home from work. But I need to actually get some shit done, and I need to get ready to go somewhere. And I want my wife to go with me, so I need to have some shit done. And she might not be that excited about it, but when she walks in the door, I'm gonna say, "Hey, we need to go do this," and she will smile and she will say, "Absolutely, honey," even if she doesn't want to do it. You know what I mean? And that will make me feel bad. And then I'll say, because I know the tone, I'll say, "Actually, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's okay." And then she'll say, "No, no." And I'm like, "No, it's okay." And then you know how that fucking ends, right? It ends with me being wrong. Let's see what TJ says. Savage had access to several high-tech devices which he carried along with him. If he believed they were going to be useful, this included a thin bulletproof vest. That I did not know. That I didn't know. I thought he was. I'm pretty sure I've seen comics, and certainly in the movie from the '70s, where he's already like his shirt's all torn off and shit, and the bullets are bouncing out. I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely similarities between Iron Man and I think Bill at Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures was the first one to point me out to that, because I'm not a huge Iron Man fan. Um, I remember what's that guy's name who plays him? I remember when he was like on the shit list. Remember like him and Hugh Grant got like busted at the same time for like a bunch of like cocaine use and like girls and stuff, and like the Me Too shit, and they were on the fucking shit list. And then I don't know whatever happened to Hugh Grant, but somehow that guy who plays Tony Stark, he made a comeback. It's kind of like Doc Savage 33, Batman 39, Superman 38. Thank you, Rolando. I was not necessarily close, but I had the fucking order right. And then the Phantom, I believe, is 36, correct? What about Daredevil? Yeah, Daredevil. Um, I don't know if I'm looking for. I try not to look forward to anything. Um, and that's just like being cynical or whatever. And you know what did that probably the first time for me was the fucking Star Wars sequel trilogy. No, you know what? The first thing that ever did that to me was the Star Wars special editions. And I was really excited, and we were going to go see Star Wars on the big screen, and then they cut out Laxative Rack. And I was like, what the fuck? So that might have been the first. But yeah, I'll go see just about anything. Yeah, mostly letdown. Yeah, a lot of stuff is a letdown. The only thing recently that wasn't a letdown, but of course I knew a little bit of what to expect, and I was looking forward to it, was probably that Deadpool Wolverine movie. Um, I definitely have some critiques for it. I think the flashbacks could have been a little longer when they went through all the variants of Wolverine. We saw that entire thing in the trailers, and so a lot of the cool shit that we went there to see, that we thought we would see more of, we actually just saw in the trailer. If you watched all the trailers, you almost didn't have to see the movie. And that is not just a detriment to that film, but like there is a shit ton of films today that are like that. All the cool shit happens in the trailer, and you go to the film the movie. I guess they're not films, but you know, you go to the movie to get more of it, and then you realize, oh, I saw all that. So, oh yeah, such as okay, oxygen filters, rapid fire pistol, could shoot stun powder. I do remember. He had a cool gun. He had a wrist radio like Dick Tracy. I don't remember. I don't remember. Dick Tracy might predate all those guys, though he's not technically a superhero. Um, but you know, before we decided that superheroes were guys in leotards with white eyeballs, you would have considered Dick Tracy a type of superhero, I guess. Um, who else? The Lone Ranger wears a fucking mask, getting pretty close to superhero, right? Yeah, considering this was thought up in 33 is bro. Yeah, there's a man. Old school is the best school for sure, TJ. I know you know that. And we've had this conversation before, I think. But like, yeah, if you start talking about the Wayback Machine, you know, the Lone Ranger is a superhero. Hopalong Cassidy was definitely some sort of superhero. You know, William Boyd as Hopalong Cassidy was like, dude, Hopalong Cassidy was not like, man, he was like old school Dick Tracy. He was like old school. You guys remember when Batman carried a fucking gun and shot motherfuckers? Like, dude, that's the kind of superhero we want. You know what I mean? Not like animated Batman where he's like not even like he's saving them. You know, if the guy's falling off the cliff, like how many times are you gonna save the Joker for him to break out of Arkham Asylum and continue to kill? You know, like Batman like caused a lot of shit by not killing him. You know, yeah, John Carter. What's it say? John Carter Taylor, Kitch Woola from John Carter. Okay, right on. I think I'm following you there. You know who would have been a real superhero? Would have maybe been the Scarlet Pimpernel. And I can't remember what his alter ego's name was. Blakely? What was his name? But that's a great story. That's a great story. I believe that's what, if you've seen and I've said this, I think me and Brett have talked about this a lot, right? But if you've seen the new Andor show, Luthen is definitely, it may not have been conscious, but like Luthen is totally like the Scarlet Pimpernel of Star Wars, right? Because his alter ego is definitely like the Blakely guy. He's very whimsical and like, you know, whatever else you want to say, but like he's a very whimsical individual. And but the real him is a fucking badass, you know, like a total badass. And Zorro was like that. What was Zorro's alter ego? He was like kind of a whimsical, you know, nobody ever worried about offending or getting in a fist fight with Zorro's alter ego because he was like kind of a, you know, like a dandy kind of a guy, you know what I mean? But that was also the idea of the Scarlet Pimpernel, and that's also exactly what Luthen is doing. So, and you know, Clark Kent, I guess, was a little bit like that. You know, Clark Kent was kind of like a dweeb, and you know, he put on the glasses, and you know, nobody ever worried about like bumping him, bumping into him on the street. You know, like he wasn't like a. Whereas like Bruce Wayne, most of the time, like Bruce Wayne didn't have a problem as Bruce Wayne saying, hey, you know what, you know, or whatever. And I think the original Spider-Man, Peter Parker, he was a little bit more meeker. He was a little bit more meek. But of course, the new, like the Tobey Keith Spider-Man, like when he becomes Spider-Man, like he becomes a little more aggressive in his alter ego life too, right? So I don't think there's a point to any of that. I'm just connecting dots between similarities of characters. But yeah, that's some good. Have y'all seen the Leslie Howard Scarlet Pimpernel film? That's great, man. And like, watch that, and then go watch the scenes of Luthen like changing his clothes from being Luthen, this secret agent, to the antiques dealer. Like, it's the same. It's exactly the same shit, and it fucking just it tickles the shit out of me. Rolando knows, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so what else is going on with the channel? I don't know. We do need to do a giveaway. There are some videos that I did quite a while ago that do say, put this in the chat, put this in the comments, and you'll be entered. I will go back and do all of the get all the names off of those. We need to make a new video in the next couple days. I do have a figure over here that I want to open, and I wanted to wait till Christmas, but I just can't stand it. So I have a figure over here I want to open. Perhaps in that video coming up in the next couple days, we will have instructions on commenting, and we need to do a 300 subscriber giveaway. Is James Bond a superhero? Is James Bond a superhero? I don't. No, no, and I'm not taking anything away from James Bond, because Roger Moore James Bond. Roger Moore James Bond's fucking greatest fucking Bond of all time. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. People love Sean Connery, but I think a lot of people say Sean Connery the same reason that they say Clint Eastwood is the best cowboy, because they really just don't fucking know. And that's what everybody else says. And like, Connery's cool. Yeah, he's if James Bond is a superhero, then Dick Tracy's a superhero. And I don't think Dick Tracy's a superhero. They're just good guys. They don't have alter egos. They don't have masks. Only a few times did James Bond even try to Sean for the win. I don't know, man. Roger Moore is fucking. I think Roger Moore's demeanor I think it just is way more James Bondy to me. And what's Georgie say? I have to love Sean Connery, but not for Bond. Roger was Bond. Yeah. Roger was Bond, man. He was the fucking dude. Roger Moore is pretty fucking awesome in everything he ever did. I've been watching a shit ton of old Roger Moore movies. Don't argue with me, Lack. I'm not arguing. It's all a matter of opinion. I do say that Sean Connery is the second best Bond. But if you want to go further, like, who the fuck else is there? I tried to watch some of the Timothy Dalton Bond movies the other day, and I was just like, I had to fucking turn them off, man. Ty, okay. You want to say Ty, Mr. B? Okay. I mean, I'll agree with that. I'll agree. Yeah, correct. Yeah, exactly. No, Roger Moore is fucking badass, dude. I've been looking there's some Sideshow Roger Moore figures, and I've been on a big Roger Moore kick lately. I watched one about a gold mine in South Africa. Dude, that's a great one. It's on Prime. I think it's called Gold. Man, can you imagine Roger Moore in The Rock? No, I can't imagine Roger Moore in The Rock, because it's not his persona. And of course, a lot of those old actors, whether it was Steve McQueen, Yul Brynner, John Wayne, James Coburn, Rod Steiger, Sean Connery, Roger Moore, like, all those motherfuckers, they played them. You know what I mean? They didn't have to like get into character. They played them. And so, like, yeah, Sean Connery definitely fit in The Rock more than Roger Moore ever would have. So yeah, and I totally understand your point, Georgie. But like I said, those old dudes, man, they played them. They didn't do this Johnny Depp thing, getting into the character. Like, no, dude, they played them. And that's why people hired them and people wrote films for them. Gold. Yeah, 1975. Yeah, that's a great one. And dude, spoiler, I'm not going to give away this, but so the premise is, and you could read this in like the description, so it's not a spoiler, but so Roger Moore is like not the head guy, but he's like the head boss of the operations of a gold mine in South Africa. And there are these like board of directors underneath the owner, but there are these board of directors and this whole group of other guys who are they're scheming to flood the mine, which is going to Palps, what's going on, which is going to kill a bunch of people in the mine and shit. But they're doing it, to drive the price of gold up in these other gold mines that they have stock in. And so like it's kind of espionage-ish in a way, except for Roger Moore's character. But he ends up, figuring it out. And anyway, that's a pretty good fucking film, you guys. And I'd never seen that. But the cool thing about Amazon Prime is if you search out a certain genre or a certain actor or something, and then they have that cool spot that says movies that we think you'll like it only takes a couple times and like they start putting on some good shit. They start putting on some good stuff. And but yeah, I've been watching the series The Saint, which they made that awful, like, I'm a Val Kilmer fan, don't get me wrong, but y'all remember that Val Kilmer movie, The Saint? I'm like, dude, if you watch Roger Moore in the show The Saint, then I'm like on season 3, maybe 4, and like, thumbs up. Fucking dude. And like, go back, and you can find The Saint on Amazon Prime. It's free. And like, dude, you watch the fucking Saint, and it just hammers home the point that Roger Moore is fucking James Bond. Because the Saint, the original Saint, fucking Simon Templar, like, dude, that motherfucker is fucking James Bond. Before fucking James Bond was ever fucking... Now, what's his name wrote... Ian Fleming had written the books and shit, but like, dude, Roger Moore is fucking James Bond all day long. The Timothy... there's a group of people that like the Timothy Dalton movies, and I think Timothy Dalton is pretty cool, but like, I was watching one Timothy Dalton, because I've been watching all the Bonds. Just whatever, I'm on the kick. So I've been watching them all. And I've been watching them like in chronological order. And I got to the Timothy Dalton ones, man, and like there's one where you don't even fucking see him for like the first 40 minutes, I'm like, what in the fuck? Oh yeah, Palps, dude, those were badass. Yeah, your Mando and your Boba Fett R series droids, those are fucking cool, man. Fucking, I like the way you think. Those are sick. And I would hazard to say, if you fucking put those motherfuckers on eBay, I don't know why I'm cussing so much. If you put those sons of bitches on eBay, like, people would grab that shit. Dude, if I saw those somewhere, I'd buy them. Those are badass. Those are excellent, excellent ideas. Great. Just like your Grogu TIE Fighter. That's awesome. That's awesome. You're talented. You're a talented young man. Christopher Reeves is my favorite Superman. Christopher Reeves is the only person I even know that played Superman. So he's my favorite too. There was that TV show, Lewis and Clark. What was that guy's name? Dean Cain. He looked like... He had a good look of Superman. And like a lot of the action figures that you... Yeah, well, Palps, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Like a lot of action figures you see, like the McFarlane Supermans and shit, like none of the figures look like Christopher Reeves. They all look like Dean Cain. And I don't remember that show that much, but I just remember that he was... But yeah, I would say Christopher Reeves was the... I can't think of any others besides Dean Cain. I guess there's been some films, but I haven't watched them. Lack, with those new Skeleton Crew figures coming, I'll be able to make you a custom Lack. Yeah! Man, as soon as I find those, man, I'm going to buy one to open, and I'm going to buy one not to open. I think that's cool to see the Shavastine Wolfman. I have to say this though, right? And I've said this to some people. I don't know if I've said it like on screen, but so in Star Wars original in the cantina, there are two furry motherfuckers who people confuse, right, with one another. There's Lax Ivrak, and then there's Ariel Sharos, who is the figure that came with the cantina HasLab. And like when the HasLab, I don't know, hey, thumbs up. When the HasLab came out, um, people were sending me photos of that figure, and they're like, "Look, it's Lack," and I'm like, "No, bro, that's not Lack. That's Ariel Sharos." And if you look really hard, now originally they called him Wolfman and Hyena Man, but Ariel Sharos, like if you look at him, and you can get on Google and find decent pictures of him, because in the film there's a lot of shadows and stuff, so it's hard. But like that guy's obviously a bat. Like he is obviously a bat. His nose is up and it comes to a point, and he's like a fruit bat. Like that's a bat. That's not even anything close to a wolf or a hyena or any. That's not even a dog animal. The little guy, who's reaching for his, who everybody calls the mouse. He goes ee, 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 and he gets the. That's also a bat. You know that they're, and they have the same nose. So, and in the new Skeleton Crew, this Shavastine, which is confirmed he is a Shavastine from the planet Umbara Prime, because I know my Laxivrak shit. But he has red glowing eyes. Now, in the Star Wars film, the one with red glowing eyes is Ariel Sharos, who is a different species, who is not Laxivrak. And there has been a few Shavastine characters in the animated series, and none of them have red glowing eyes. So the fact that the Skeleton Crew people said, "Hey," somebody said, "Duff Man, what's up?" You know, they said, "Oh, let's make that wolf guy." And I know inevitably that somebody took a picture and they saw the guy with red glowing eyes, who is Ariel Sharos, who is not a Shavastine Wolfman. So I'm just saying, I've been a Laxivrak fan since the beginning. The first time I ever saw that film, like, that's a cool motherfucker, right? Because Star Wars is definitely about the background characters in a sense. Not a lot of the new ones, because they just have humans, you know, and shit like that. And the few aliens that you do see, I think, are kind of relatively lame compared to the OG stuff, you know. But I definitely think that people on the Skeleton Crew, you know, costume design or character design or whoever it was, they have definitely crossed their wires with Ariel Sharos and Laxivrak. Because Laxivrak and no Shavastine Wolfman that we've ever seen, there was that Jedi from the Clone Wars. There was another one from a comic. But anyway, none of them, they all have black glossy eyes like a dog. Like they don't have red glowing eyes. And so somebody confused those two, and they've and this guy also has gray fur, which we haven't seen a Shavastine that has gray fur, which of course they probably could, but you know, it definitely has much more characteristics of the Ariel Sharos character than the Laxivrak character. You know? So and that kind of pisses me off, because like it's like you know, it's like when people say, you know, they say, "Oh, Led Zeppelin's my favorite band," and you say, "Well, what's your favorite song?" And they go, "Stairway to Heaven," and then you say, "Well, name another one," and then they can't fucking name another one. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, people got like the Led Zeppelin shirt, and you go, "Hey, are you a Led Zeppelin fan, or was that just like a Walmart? You just bought that at Walmart because you thought it looked cool?" And like more so than not these days, people just think it. They know it's cool to like them. You know what I mean? Um, and like I don't know. To me, that's like it's fake, and I can't. Man, it's the one thing I can't abide by. It's fake shit, man. I can't stand fake people. Um, totally fake. I can't stand that. And there's a lot of people. Now, I'm not saying that people that confuse Ariel Sharos and like Sivrak are fake, but there is a. It makes me at least think, looks like with the Skeleton Crew, that those people aren't quite the fans that we are. Because I'm pretty sure like everybody we know, I think probably knows like those are two different people, and they're not even the same. And with a very quick Google Wikipedia, you can find that they are different species. What did you get from Brother Captain? Dude, we got 6 12-inch. You're late, Duff Man. We got 6 of these 12-inch GI Joes: Tiger Stripe, Desert Storm, Woodland Camo. This guy in this really cool, like, that's got to be like a British fishtail parka. The only ones that the United States had was OD Green. So we got 6 of those. I showed you 5 because the 6th one is right here, which is I believe the 90s Kenner. Well, I guess by then it might have been Hasbro, but it might have been Kenner still. Luke Hawk? No, Luke Hoth. And then we got a massive bag of an exorbitant amount of G.I. Joe 12-inch accessories. All the pouches and the grenades and a couple guns. We got a couple random figures, Duffman. He looks hothy. Yeah. Brendan Fraser from the Mummy. We got this Dragon Ball Z guy, which is pretty cool. We got a 90s, 95 land speeder. Oh, there's the missus. Hold the phone. All right. 12-inch accessories. Yes, exactly. I bet TJ has a couple 12-inch. No, that's funny. Yeah, we got a lot of cool shit, Duff Man. We got some 12-inch. Here's a Hoth vest. We got this, which this is definitely for like a 6-inch figure, right? But look at this cool military. I don't know what that is, or maybe it's not supposed to be anything. But like to me, it's a very like French Foreign Legion vibe, especially with this little thing right there. Though that's not the colors of the French flag. But super cool. It's like something Jean-Claude, the movies where Jean-Claude Van Damme was in the military. This is like something he would use, And a couple other just random figures. Notably, I think one of the coolest non-12-inch figures, hold on, it's wrapped up here, is this guy, which is, I don't even know who that is. But like you could almost, that's really cool. I have no idea who that is. I have no idea who that is, but it's super cool, isn't it? Man, yes. Everybody says hello to the missus. Hi. Hi, she says. A cool MP5. And I think I saw the mag for this in there somewhere. That is MP5, right? Yeah, that's MP5. It's got a strange forend on it there, but it's just, has a hole in it. Maybe it has a hole in it. Maybe there was supposed to be something that went in there. But it has a charging handle very high up on the thing, so it's almost like that. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this is definitely like MP5 looking, but then when you look up here, it's kind of like, what's that? The Gale? So it's kind of like a metamorphosis, but we call it MP5. Call it MP5. So anyway, remember when I said I had to get off because there were things I needed to do before the missus got home, and then like fucked that up, didn't I? Yeah. Well, he's too blonde for Arnie, I think. And he has like some weird, look at his like medieval steel knee pads, but then he's got like some Vietnam. I don't know, but that's definitely pretty cool. And there's no there is no information that I can see stamped in the mold anywhere. So who knows? But it's definitely cool. Definitely a cool figure. This line of figures probably would be pretty neat to have. So, um, I will, Mr. B. I will. I will. And this Brendan Fraser, the Mummy. That's a pretty cool. If these guys aren't obviously the same scale, but if you could somehow mix these together, you could get a really cool Doc Savage. You know, like this guy's head, and his muscles, but this guy's outfit, the tall boots, totally. So, anyway, I have got to get ready to go do something super Predator ripoff. Maybe, yeah, because there's no years or nothing on it. Um, Anyway, maybe later this evening or tomorrow we will do another live. I have a video that I will be doing. I got something I want to open. We'll do some rules and do some shit for a giveaway, which we'll be giving away some LAC customs. Um, so anyway, without further ado, I have been General Lack Sivrak. I will continue to be, and I will, as always, see you on down the trail. Roger Moore was the greatest James Bond ever.